How you doing there? Welcome back to Babylon Talmud. Today we send off Ein Vav, Daf 76 of Masechta Nedarim. Friends, we're already on Daf Ein Vav with Beis. This must be probably gonna be a really short one, friends. We're starting the Mishnah on Daf Ein Vav with Beis. Super interesting. It talks about So we've been talking about, right, that the husband can be made for the Nedarim the day that he hears about it. Does that mean until the nighttime? Is it over at the nighttime, or does he have 24 hours? I wonder, maybe some of the Chevri here at Babylon Talmud were wondering that. So here we go. It says in the Mishnah on Daf Ein Vav Amud Beis, Haforas Nedarim Kol Hayom. You can be made for Nedarim all day until the nighttime. Now sometimes this means a smaller window, and sometimes it means a larger window. Keitzad Nadra B'leilei Shabbos. If, for example, she makes a neder on right when Shabbos begins, so then he's got a long time. Yofer B'leilei Shabbos, he can be made for all night. Uviyoma Shabbos, he can be made for the next day. Ad shetechshach, until it becomes nighttime. Whereas Nadra Im Chashecha, if she makes a neder right before it gets dark, well then, made for ad shelotechshach, then you have a smaller window only until it gets dark. Shem choshcha v'lo hefer enu yachol lafer, because once it gets dark and he hasn't been made for the neder, too late. So we see, according to this Mishnah, that Hafaras Nedarim you has only until the evening, and if she makes a neder right before the night, well, he's got a very short window. Tanya Hafaras Nedarim kol hayom. So we learn in the Brisa that says the Tanakama that Hafaras Nedarim is all day until the night. Rabbi Yosef, Rabbi Yehuda, Rabbi Elazar, Rabbi Shimon Amru me'es le'es. Whereas Rabbi Yosef, Rabbi Yehuda, and Rabbi Elazar, Rabbi Shimon argue and they say no, 24 hours. My time in the Tanakama, how come the Tanakama says only until nightfall? All my crop biyom sham, because the pasuk says on the day that you hear it, only that day, not the next day. V'rabon in my time, I chsiv miyom al yom. But the rabbis, meaning Rabbi Yosef, Rabbi Yehuda, and Rabbi Elazar, Rabbi Shimon say 24 hours, because the Paul says miyom el yom, from one day to the next, that you have 24 hours. According to Rebbe, who says only till nightfall, what does he? According to Tanakam, who says until nightfall, what does it do with miyom el yom? You need miyom el yom. The bayom shamo, if I would only have the day that he hears it, have amina biyomama in below. I would think only during the day it can be made for Nedarim, but not at night. So, for example, as the Mishnah said, if she makes the neder right at the beginning of Shabbos, so then the Mishnah said it could be made for all night, the next day. But if we only had biyom shamo, I might think it's only during the day. Ksiv miyom al yom, therefore it says from one day to the next, meaning it can even be night, even during the day. And according to the rabbis who say miyom al yom, 24 hours, or ksiv biyom shamo, but what about the day that he hears it? It's durch the ksiv miyom al yom avamina michad b'shaba l'chad b'shaba. Well, if it only said miyom al yom, I might think, let's say if it was a Sunday, so you have until the next Sunday, from one Sunday till the next Sunday. Leifer lo ksiv biyom shamo. Therefore it says biyom shamo, no, on that day. You have 24 hours and that's it. If you hear it on Sunday at noon, you have until Monday at noon, not until the following Sunday. Okay. Omer Shimon ben Pazi, Omer B'Shua ben Levi, Ein halacha koso azug. Says Shimon ben Pazi, and B'Shua ben Levi, the halacha is not like the Chachamim. I.e., the halacha is like the Tanakam that you only have until the evening. Savar lemebad, Levi savar lemebad ka'ani tanoi. Levi thought to hold like the rabbis that you have 24 hours. Omar le Rav said to Levi, Omer Chabibi, my uncle Reb Chia said, Ein halacha koso azug, that the halacha is not like the Chachamim, rather you only have until the nightfall. Now, in terms of, let's go weiter. Chia bar Rav shdigira uvadik Rav Rav Huna Yosef v'koyim. So, the Gemara says that when it came to Hataras Nedarim, Chia bar Rav would be shooting arrows and do Hataras Nedarim. Rav Rav Huna would be sitting up and sitting down, meaning we were saying that they didn't exactly take it, it wasn't a super serious thing. They had to be matir the Nedarim, but like, as the Ran says, that they hold that poskim b'charata. You can just say, look, do you feel bad about having made the neder? And they can say yes, they can say, okay, go on. Like, it wasn't like such a serious thing that they had to sit down and bezdin and, what do we say? We said, Chia Barav was busy shooting his arrows, Rabbi Rav Huna was, getting up, sitting down, whatever it was, walking around. Like, they weren't taking it too seriously because they hold that poskim b'charato, that you could just say, look, do you feel bad about doing it? And he says, yeah, I feel bad about it. I wish I didn't do it, and that's enough. Friends, that was Daf Ayin Vav, really Daf Ayin Vav with Beis of Masechet Nedarim. I had a feeling it would be a pretty short one. I mean, we already did half of it yesterday. Anyways, so super interesting sugya about when we say that the husband has that day to be made for, does it mean till the nightfall, like the Tanakh, or does it mean like Rabbi Yossi, Rabbi Yehuda, and Rabbi Elazar, Rabbi Shimon, that it's 24 hours? Friends, that was Daf Ayin Vav, Masechet Nedarim. Hope you enjoyed. Peace out.